Okay, guys, hi. I watched two other videos that like these girls talked about losing their virginity, and I feel like if there's any girls that are watching, I don't get a lot of viewers really. I get maybe five, four, but if any of you are a girl and you haven't lost your virginity yet, please just continue to watch and hopefully you can get something from my story. Because I wish that I would have listened to every other person who was talking to me in my ear, but we'll get into that. Okay, so I was 16 years old. I'm now 17, so it wasn't that long ago. Um, I was 16, and it was the beginning of my sophomore year. Not when I lost it, but when the story starts. The beginning of my sophomore year. And I was taking a psychology class, which was meant for juniors and seniors, but I got in as a sophomore. And there was this guy in my class who I hadn't really noticed. Like, this was the first week of school. I hadn't really noticed him until that first Friday, because I walked in, and I was in a really good mood. I think it was because I had just became single. I'm not exactly sure why, but I was just in a really good mood. So I came in, and I was like, "Good morning, everybody," and he was the only one to say good morning back. So I'm a dork. I walked up to him and I was like, "I like you," and I gave him a piece of gum, and then he gave me a hug. And I wrote down my number during class, and afterwards I handed it to him, and he texted me that day. And over that weekend, we just kind of like talked and got to know each other a little bit, and then that Monday he asked me to be his girlfriend. And girls, you've all had this. It's this guy, you see him, and you think in your head, there's no way in this world that it could be possible that this guy could like me. Like, I've always been personally like me. I've always been the girl to get picked on, um, excluded from the popular group because whatever reason, I don't know. They've always hated me. Um, so I'm sorry I'm yawning a lot. It's 11 or 10:30 at night. So I'm thinking this guy, maybe he'll talk to me a little bit, but he's not gonna want to date me. He's not gonna want me. It's not gonna happen. But it did. That next Monday, he asked me to be his girlfriend, and we started dating. And um, that first day that we started dating, he came to my house and had dinner with my family, which I thought was awesome because I value my family greatly. We spent almost every day together for the next 4 months. And on Christmas, it was when I lost my virginity, Christmas of 2011. Pardon me. And it was in his bedroom. And I will say that it was pretty special and romantic. I wish it was with a different person, but the way everything played out, it was pretty, um, it wasn't bad, I guess. Like, it was, like, I thought at the time, like, this is awesome. Like, it was special. But afterwards, he really gradually turned into a douchebag. Like, he would blow me off for other people. Like, we would have plans to do something. I remember once we were gonna go out to dinner together, and he left me to go hang out with his friend Ryan. And I do the air quotes because I found out later that he would lie to me to go hang out with other girls. And I'm the type of girlfriend, like, if you tell me you're gonna hang out with a girl and if I trust you, like my boyfriend right now, he's wonderful. And I feel like I can trust him with anything. So If he was to tell me he's gonna go hang out with a girl, I wouldn't care. I really wouldn't. But he would lie to me, go hang out with other girls. He got emotionally abusive after a while. I remember once I was with this girl Shelby that he's now dating. I thought she was a really good friend, but she turned out not to be. But I was hanging out with her, and he started calling me a liar and all this because I hung out with a few guys, and they weren't even like, it was this girl Shelby and this guy that was into Shelby, and then this other guy that Shelby was into. Like, I wasn't into any of them, and neither of them were into me. So whatever. But the guy I was dating at the time was freaking out. He was calling me a whore, and I was very upset because I valued him greatly. And girls, when you lose your virginity to someone, you don't understand what kind of bond that makes between the two of you. Well, at least on your side. You feel so connected to him. It's not just physical, it's emotional, it's mental. Well, emotional and mental are kind of the same thing. But you're so mentally and physically attached to him. Like, some girls show it more than others. I kind of was in the middle, I guess. I was very attached, though. And he would just do these things, and it would hurt so bad. I remember near the end of our relationship, him telling me he didn't care about me anymore. He was looking after himself. And my mom had come home just after he said that. And my friend Dalton, who's a very good friend of mine, he was coming over to bring me to the beach. Um, I think Shelby was with me, but I don't quite remember. Yeah, Shelby was with me. So the three of us are going to the beach, and I just remember I was crying already because of him saying that. Like, you don't know how much it hurts when someone you care about so deeply tells you they don't care anymore. They've just they just don't care. They're looking after themselves now. So my mom comes home, and I'm trying not to cry, and it didn't work. I She looked at me and she asked what was wrong, and I was done. I was on her shoulder, shaking, crying. It was bad, and I couldn't stop. It was horrible. So I guess you could say okay. I just kind of want to finish the story a little bit. He had blown me off 3 days in a row. He will make excuses for it probably. I don't care. This He still blew me off 3 days in a row. And the third day, I was so tired of everything. Like, I was in a play once, my very first play, and he didn't even come to any of the shows because I wasn't a main role. And he laughed at me when I messed up in front of, like, because we did a dress rehearsal in front of the school. He laughed at me when I messed up. So he was that kind of guy. And I was just tired of it. Like, I couldn't take any more of the emotional, mental abuse. I mean, he was never physically abusive, but he was very mentally abusive, and he was very good at hiding it. So I was just done, and I told him, "You need to come get your stuff," because I had a lot of his stuff. So I put everything in a box, and I I handed it to him. And when he gave me my stuff back, he gave me another girl's clothes. So I guess my advice to girls would be, please, like, and I'm saying this as a fellow female looking out for my other females, watch who you lose it to. I understand, like, you're with somebody and you feel like they're it. They are the one. Like, you have no doubt in your mind they are the one. But once you lose it to them, if it's quick enough, they will do a complete 180 and turn into someone that you don't even know anymore. That's what happened with me. I really thought he was it. I thought he was the one. I really put my heart and soul into this guy. Like, my family could tell you my head was so far up his butt. I stopped talking to him, like, everybody for him. And he just turned into someone I didn't even know anymore. I don't speak to him now. After that final time of me seeing him, we spoke a few times on the phone, and he was just a dick to me, and I haven't seen him since. And if I could have, if I could go back and go through it again, knowing what I know now, I would have chose differently. I would have done things differently. I really would, because he wasn't worth all of this. I mean, before him, I was very happy. I was a very live person, I guess you could say. I mean, I'm still happy. I just have this dark side to me, and I'm pretty sure you guys can see it in this video. I just, like, girls, you change a lot after you lose your virginity. You have a whole new perspective on things. And the guy I'm dating now, he treats me like a queen. And, oh my god, I actually met my boyfriend now through my ex. And I just, like, I'm very upset right now because of other reasons. That's why I'm not happier talking about my boyfriend right now. But my boyfriend, his name is Alex, and he's definitely, definitely made a difference. Because I already have low self-esteem as it is, and I guess that'll be another video. But, I don't know, just girls, please choose differently. Please. Or not differently, but just choose wisely. Because I don't want any other girl to go through what I went through. It took me months to get over this guy. And, I did some things that I'm not proud of because of it to myself. And I know I can't prevent, like, I can't prevent everybody from going through this. But if I can change at least some people's life, and if I can make an effect in anybody's life, that will give me some satisfaction to know that I was able to help another girl. Because trust me, you don't want to end up like me. You really don't.